The user-level management feature is a great way for system techs and venue administrators to limit how much access their engineers and guest engineers have to their CL console. The basic idea behind the user-level management function is this. The system administrator creates a password for their account. After that, they determine how much access the guest account on the console will have. Finally, we create user keys for each one of our engineers that determine how much access they will have to the board. Let's take a look at the steps required when setting up your user-level access. Start by touching on the setup icon in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. The next thing you want to do is give yourself a password for your administrative account. Without that password, anyone will have access to your administrative account. The next thing we want to do is set up the level of access for your guest account. Start by touching where it says User Setup under Current User. Next, select For Guest in the bottom right-hand corner. Make sure you're looking at the User Level tab. On this pop-up, we can configure the amount of access that our guest account will have. Let's eliminate some parameters. Once your guest account settings are finished, go ahead and touch the X in the upper right-hand corner to close that window. Now that we've set up the password for our administrative account and the level of access for our guest account, we can start creating our user keys. To do so, we touch Create User Key in the storage area. This brings up our Create User Key pop-up window. Let's give this user key a name. Touch on the box underneath Username and enter a name for that key. Next, give that user key account a password. Enter that password again to verify that it's correct. Finally, you can set the level of access for that user account depending on how many parameters you want them to adjust. Finally, we can touch on Create to create that user key. When you touch Create, that opens a new pop-up window for you. Here, you can decide whether or not you want to store that user key to one of the 10 internal slots or store it to your USB. We're going to store that key to one of our 10 internal slots. Select the slot, then press Create To. Now, we've created a user key called Paul and stored that user key in the internal slot number 1. Now, let's log out of our administrative account. Touch where it says Administrator to open the Login pop-up window. You can either log into your guest account if that user is not currently around, or log directly into the user account. If your user account is stored on a USB stick, you can load it from here. Let's go ahead and log in Paul. Now that we're logged in as Paul, we can change our preferences, user-defined keys, and user-defined knobs so they more suit our operational style. Touch where it says User Setup. Then touch either Preference, User-Defined Keys, or User-Defined Knobs to make that adjustment. Once you've set your preferences, user-defined keys, and user-defined knobs to your liking, you can save your key by touching where it says Save Key. These are the steps necessary for creating your user-level access on your CL Series digital mixing console. Thank you for taking the time to watch the CL Series training video. I hope you enjoyed it and learned a lot in the process. Keep in mind that many of our subsidiaries around the world offer live training in person. I encourage you to go to their website and check out the training options that they offer. Thanks again, and my name is Leland Green with Yamaha Commercial Audio in North America.